I came to win and to defend what I worked so hard to get. And I know it's going to be an exciting fight because we're all not going to stop throwing punches.
Sin duda alguna, lo más peligroso es su...
Without a doubt, we have to be careful with her overhand right because they're very powerful. That's the most dangerous thing about her. And regarding her strengths, well, she's from Mexico City. That's a high altitude place. And so she has a lot of natural condition. So we're preparing for that. So again, we're careful of the overhand right. We're making sure that my conditioning is good, taking care of my conditioning so that I can handle the pace of the fight. And again, if she attacks with overhand rights, I'm going to attack with straights, hooks, everything.
100% emocionada, nunca me ha tocado.
I'm 100% excited. Never had an opportunity like this, so I'm very happy, and I'm coming with all the desire to take the title back home. It's a great opportunity for me in my career.
Sí, por supuesto, es mi plan a un largo plazo. Es pues defender mis títulos. Se hablaba antes de una pelea ante Amanda Serrano.
Of course, my plan long term is to unify titles. I thought about perhaps fighting Amanda Serrano before, but I felt like I needed to also win a title on my end as well, and that's what I've done. And so now I'm looking forward. I have the support of a promoter, and I can see what's next to come for me. But yes, the plan is to unify titles.
Erika Cruz about to defend her WBA featherweight title, just loosening up. It is now for women at big shows all around the world. And for Erika Cruz, she's been talking this week and before about a showdown with the Puerto Rican Amanda Serrano, a name that's also been linked time and time again with Ireland's Katie Taylor, who appears on DAZN in a couple of weeks' time on the big bill in Liverpool in the northwest of England, with Conor Benn also on that bill. Erika Cruz has to get it right tonight against here Melissa Esquivel. They know each other from the amateur days, and Esquivel has just a single defeat in her career, but in very good company. In very confident mood heading into this world title, and both of them, as you heard, title action here in an arena, in a ring where Lourdes Juarez a couple of weeks ago became Mexico's 7th female world champion. So here are the numbers. These two know each other from time spent together and sparring together on the Mexican national amateur teams, and they turned pro within a year of each other, very closely matched, with the stats at least indicating this might well go the distance. So once again, let's hand up to Pablo Flores in the ring.
Making her way to the ring from El Dorado, Culiacán, Sinaloa, Melissa Esquivel.
Pockets of support here for Melissa Esquivel at 27 years of age, about to appear in her first world title fight from Sinaloa, 700 kilometers or so north of here, and smiling all the way to the ring, and was very confident during the fight week build-up. Just the one defeat in her career so far against 12 wins. Big jump up in class tonight.
And from Mexico City, Mexico, Erika Dinamita Cruz.
Well, how many times have we seen fighters coming unstuck when they look beyond the task in hand to possible and potential fights in the future? And there's been a lot of talk around Puerto Vallarta this week, but in Mexico in general in recent months, about Erika Cruz one day facing the great Puerto Rican Amanda Serrano. But tonight, first of all, in her first defense, she's got to get it right in this fight for her WBA World Featherweight title.
It's time for boxing, and it's time to rock and roll. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. And it's brought to you by Mr. Eddie Hearn's Natural Boxing in association with Canelo Boxing Promotions and Clase y Talento Boxeo. Is sponsored by Bet Online and JD Sports. This bout is set for 10 rounds of boxing for the WBA Featherweight Championship of the World. And now, ladies and gentlemen, joining us around the world on the zone, and boxing fans in attendance, we are live from the International Convention Center from sunny Puerto Vallarta, Jalisco, Mexico. It's time to take care of business. Ajusten sus cinturones. Sanctioned by the WBA, President Gilberto Jesus Mendoza, supervisor in attendance from Caracas, Venezuela, Norioli Gil. Your three judges scoring this bout in ringside. From San Antonio, Texas, Wilfredo Esperon. From Colotlan, Jalisco, Pablo Gaeta. From Vista Hermosa, Morelos, Zacarias Hernandez. And your referee in charge of the action from Panama City, Panama, Aida Tejada. Introducing to you first, the fighter standing in the blue corner. She wears red trunks with silver trim. She officially weighs in 124.5 pounds in 14 professional bouts. She stands with a record of 12 victories, 1 loss, 1 draw, and 4 of those victories coming by the fast way of knockout. She represents her hometown of El Dorado, Culiacán, Sinaloa, Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the challenger, Melissa Esquivel. And her opponent across the ring, standing in the red corner. She wears the pink trunks with white trim. She officially weighs in 126 pounds in 14 professional bouts. She stands with a record a near perfect one. 13 victories, 1 defeat, and 3 of those victories coming knockout. The fighting prime by the fast way of Mexico City, Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the WBA Featherweight Champion of the World, Dinamita Pura, Erika Cruz. Now giving out the final instructions, your referee in charge, Aida Tejada. 10 rounds.
Golpes ilegales, no quiero golpes en la cabeza, no quiero golpes detrás de la nuca, se me protegen siempre, esperen la campana, les deseo suerte, choquen guante, a sus esquinas.
So World Championship Boxing comes to Puerto Vallarta on the coast of Mexico 2 weeks after Lourdes Juarez won a world title in this same ring. Mexico will be the winner tonight, but will it be Erika Cruz or Melissa Esquivel? And immediately towards the center of the ring, the two trade punches toward Cruz, the champion, in the pink. The black and red of Melissa Esquivel.
Yeah, they're wasting no time. They're going right at it.
Cruz head down, left hand to the body, right hand to the head. That's the kind of combination that she threw in winning the title against Jelena Mijenovic last time out. But at this stage, Esquivel is finding the way through with straight shots. Right hook, though, gets first half a minute to this world title from Cruz in what's been a lively fight.
You know, Cruz's shots are a little bit wide. I think Esquivel just needs to establish a nice, smart, long jab.
As she did earlier with those straight shots. She was saying in that interview how she's a bit fearful of that swinging right hand over the top from Cruz. There's not necessarily a lot of science behind the work that the champion is doing, but some of those shots are landing with a decent amount of power.
Yeah, Cruz just, you know, she puts her head down low and she just lets them fly.
Some of the punches, though, are telegraphed, as was that left hand over the top, and Esquivel saw it coming and there tried to meet Cruz on the way in with a clipping right uppercut. She has the pedigree too. Esquivel, they sparred as amateurs. Esquivel went to the 2014 and 2016 World Championships. 2016, she was in at flyweight, now up at featherweight here. That flyweight gold medal in 2016 at the World Championships won by Britain's Nicola Adams. Just the kind of start we expected here, very lively from both women, champion and challenger.
Muy bien. ¿Quieres agua? ¿Tienes agua? Dame la tuya. ¿Qué está? No, con esta, póntela aquí atrás. Entonces lo que tenemos que hacer es, cuando ella se tire de la derecha, métete para el lado izquierdo de la derecha, acá, para que tome. Dame la vaselina, ahí está arriba. Y ese ya trata de moverte un poco más.
You know, right here, you
No te meto mucho adelante.
see that's a good long jab by Esquivel. You know, because Cruz is pretty much putting her head down low and just throwing wide punches over the top. And if Esquivel uses her jab and her height, I think she can make it work against Cruz.
I think that single instance there in that slow motion replay showed how Esquivel can win this fight with those straight shots, because a lot of what Cruz throws is roundhouse and can be seen and can be telegraphed.
You know, and it's interesting because, you know, Cruz, it's almost like it's a bad habit, the way she drops her head down low and just swings over the top.
Potentially wide open to a clipping uppercut, which Esquivel landed once in that first round, but hasn't quite got her timing so far after the first half a minute of the second. 10 two-minute rounds, of course, for Women's World Championship Boxing. Erica Cruz in the pink is the defending WBA featherweight champion and is the busier of the two at this stage.
I think one thing Esquivel needs to do is start putting body shots in, because Cruz is missing big shots, and if you mix that with some body shots in there, it's going to fatigue you. You know, I don't know if she could really keep up this pace for 10 rounds.
Low blow there from Cruz, but no complaints from Esquivel. And again, Esquivel trying that right uppercut. It seems to me it's clear they've worked on that in training. They know that Cruz is someone who bores in with her head down. He's potentially open to that shot. Nice sharp right hand from Esquivel. Straight punches and those clipping uppercuts could work for Esquivel here if she can find the composure. Now it's Cruz trying to establish the jab from her southpaw stance.
You know, the fight is pretty even. That was a big shot that Cruz just landed. Esquivel's dabbing, boxing on the outside, and Cruz is kind of working, you know. It's more activity than anything.
Más golpes. La está dejando. Esa derecha tienes que buscar la manera de cómo quitársela. Agáchate, considera la derecha, agáchate para que metes el golpe abajo. O salte para afuera de la derecha. Pero muévete, no te le quedes parada. Para que no te vaya a agarrar. A ver.
Her corner's letting her know that once she lets her right hand go, move the head side to side or finish with a left hook to the body. He's asking her to throw a straight right hand.
Esquivel there having success with her own straight right hand, the backhand from the orthodox stance, of course. Another very even round, that second round, scheduled for 10 for the WBA Featherweight Championship of the world. Just a sign of inexperience there at the beginning of the round as Esquivel comes under pressure. She got to work behind the left hand, but was wandering around to her left and therefore giving away some space in the ring and giving away any kind of pressure that she could have applied, as Cruz continues to work away on the inside, trying to prove that she's the stronger of the two. Difficult to score and decipher which of these punches are landing cleanly.
You know, Cruz, her shots are really not landing clean, but the activity and the physicality that she's using, I can see it wearing Esquivel down a bit. You know, just that activity and that physicality. You know, when someone's so busy and they're letting their hands energy from you, and it seems like Cruz is not going to slow down. Fly, you know, that takes some.
And they talked about having sparred on Mexican national amateur teams in the past, and Esquivel does at times seem to be reading what Cruz is about to do, but doesn't always have the experience to be able to the pedigree or the capitalize. There she tries again, that right hand to the body, which sometimes became a clipping uppercut to the chin. Again, Cruz showing that left hand, and Esquivel saw it coming and just swayed inside.
You know, one thing is when Cruz dips her head down low, you know, I would just have Esquivel check hook her, step back with a hook. You know, she'll walk right into it. Because her eyes are looking down to the ring.